first time I met him, I made this song called Keeping It High. And it was a song that, like I told you, sometimes you put years into music. It took me 2 years to finish this song, right? And at the end of the song, I say, I got it, whatever it is, I got it. And it was like, someone said, you got it one day. And I was like, I got it, whatever it is, I got it. Like confused and like excited about it at the same time. And the first time I met him, he was like, yo, you produce Keeping It High? Everything else is old school beats and me rapping over it. And I was like, yeah.
Don't devaluate yourself like that. You was shit on it.
And he was like, yo, my favorite part of that song was, I got it. Whatever it is, I got it.
If you look at the formula that we have, like the chemistry is crazy because he's Irish, I'm Cuban, but we both in love with the actual organic way of like how music goes. We create shit that's diverse. We combine pop, but we have our own genre of music. It's like neo-hip-hop shit.
Like, for example, like when I first started doing music, you know what wave I came into, like this game where people started to know me was this whole trill wave and hipster wave and stuff like that. So I was making music like that, producing it as well. And then what he used to bring to the table was like this.
Don't do that shit.
Don't do that hipster shit. Don't follow on the trends because that shit would die out, which is
I just think that hipster trends will die out once in a while. They're not gonna camouflage the eccentric rappers that think they're just guiding their music around being eccentric. Eccentric doesn't work to keep on selling music and making the numbers hit. So what we do is, and we minimize the bullshit, and we maximize what people could share and love. So, like, we make music to make music. Like, we could make hip hop, we can make pop, we can make EDM, we can make anything we wanna make. We make music.
That's what's dope about it. That's what's dope about it. Like, when you make music like this, no one can judge you.
So you got people that be like, he's always about him. It's funny as hell. He used to get so upset. I don't want to use autotunes. But those same motherfuckers that say don't use autotunes will have a Kanye West album and a French Montana album and they shit.
They'll be like, yo, I stopped using autotune. And they'll still be listening to Lil Wayne. I'm like, yo, I fuck with Lil Wayne, but it's like, bro, like, how you gonna say shit?
It's just, when you create, when you're natural born creativity, you got to keep it organic. A lot of people do not keep it organic.
The hell you want it.
You have to. And if you sell it, if you try to put it and dispute it, if you try to argue about it, what is it, whatever, you got to put your fingers on the actual pulse of it. If it has life, let it go. People want it.
Yeah. If you feel comfortable with the song, put it out. Because like I said, the only way to relate to people is by relating to yourself. If you're dealing with a situation, most of the time, everyone has dealt with a situation that you've dealt with. I hate to say it, I mean, there's some crazy situations people deal with sometimes. But like, if you feel a certain way about like a chick, about like whatever, like your parents or your teachers or whatever the fuck it is, most of the time someone's dealt with it as well. So when you make a song about it, people will relate.
Yeah. Jay said it about Kanye West. He said, yo, Kanye West is the person that rides a horse over the hill,
Chicago,
goes over, get hit by mad Indian arrows, then comes back, it's like, yo, there's a lot of Indians out there. So he's the one that's taking the chance.
Makes the boss.
Exactly, he makes him a boss. When you're a boss, I'll walk in the game a boss and I'm gonna leave a boss.
And that's pretty much what our music is.
Yeah.
Our music is literally just like breaking barriers down and
but we're having fun with it though, right?
And having fun with it. And also not doing shit like when it comes to that hipster movement and shit. Sometimes people make music to be different. Like, people make music too, like, they're like, we have to be different and, like, make some weird music. It's like, that shit's, you know, no disrespect. That's cool. There's some music I love and I respect.
That shit gonna fade.
But it's gonna fade out.
It's about making music.
Yeah.
You hear our music and you hear the fucking life we put into our shit.
Yeah.
We could do anything you want us to do, but you're not guiding us. We're just doing it because we love it.
Honestly, making music like that, that's how you gotta make music. You gotta make music so you can be on the stage and like look out to a crowd of 7 people and just be like, damn, this shit makes me wanna cry. Not because it's just because like the work you put into it and like the meaning you put into it. You gotta make music like that. So like you wanna cry when you hear that shit. You wanna like really feel that shit. You wanna think about the day you made that song. The day you were just like, had that shit blasted through your speakers and no one else in the room dealing with some shit going on. Like that's how you should make music, where you can just understand everything that you were dealing with. It's almost like a time machine where you can listen to a song and just go all the way back 3 years ago and just understand exactly what you were dealing with that fucking day. That's how you should make music. The best way to describe us was like Electronic Youth. We have a song called Electronic Youth coming out, which we made a year ago, 2 years, maybe.
He made that shit like a 5
top
out there.
Yeah, I was on the computer. He was at home. I was in my house, in my room, producing like in my room, speakers and everything. He was in the office. And I made this song that goes like da 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 da, like crazy synthesizer, crazy bass. And I made it, and I was like, this is dope, but what can I do with this? I don't know.
Can't get the hook.
I hit him up on the phone, and he was like, yo, you working? I was like, yeah. Like I was like, yeah, I'm working. He said, you better be working. I was like, yeah, I'm working. And I was like, matter of fact, I got a song to play you right now. I don't know how I feel about it. And I just put the phone up to the speaker and I play the beat. And all of a sudden I was like, man, you know, this dude's probably like, that's whack. You know,
the hook though.
And then all of a sudden he just goes, yo, finish that now. Send me the beat. I got a hook for it. And he sent me back on the phone. He sent me like typing and then on the phone how the hook would go. I made this like one little thing, and he sent me a hook and was like, make this a club record. This is a club record. And I was like, oh, what the fuck do you mean club record? He sent me a hook back. I was like, oh, club record. Okay, good. Okay, now I know what you're saying. Like, we did everything over the phone. And that's how we are. Like, we can do shit where he'll be in the studio with me and I'll work and I'll engineer, and he'll be like the Rick Rubin behind, like with his fucking big beard and shit.
We got our own studio too. We got our own studio. We do the production, and we do a lot of stuff, and it's kind of hard, man, when I'm handling all the business. But I love it. I love the creative process. It's like when you're swinging a sword first in Conan. You never know where the sword gonna land at. And it landed. It landed that day so hard. And we performed that song to this day. The crowd go crazy.
Even like a song called I Just Might. I Just Might was like, and this is when we finally became like a production company with I Just Might, was when I made this song and the chorus goes, I just might comfort you, comfort you. I'm here to comfort you, comfort you. And I played for my mom, and my mom was like, this is weird. I was like, okay. And I played for him, and he's like, yo, this is dope. Finish that song, make it a love song. I sent it to him. He's like, man, and he got all tight. He's like, yo, you gotta make stuff crazy, bro. Like, we can't do the simple stuff. Make it crazy. And I was like, how do I make it crazy? And I went into my program. I'm not letting you know what my program is. And I found a Turkish lute, whatever the fuck a Turkish lute is. And I did this crazy solo on it. And I said it to him like, bro, you want crazy? Here's crazy.
You get it crazy.
And and the whole song was just like all types of stuff, singing, auto-tune, which we brought auto-tune together. Like at first I never did auto-tune, but when we first started working, we did.
We mastered that shit.
Yeah, we mastered it. And then I did the song that I did produced by me. And he hit me up and he said, do you think you produced that by yourself?
Yeah.
You think you produced that by yourself? And I was about to be like, what? And then he said, you know what, matter of fact, don't answer that question. I thought about it. I thought about the 5-hour-long phone calls we had about that song, about like do this and do that. And that's when I realized, holy shit, you know, we work well together.
Nothing told me, you gotta choose. You get to choose right now. No, I just got kicked off the basketball team and it was over with. I didn't want to go to school no more. I didn't care about school no more, you feel me? Like, I wasn't interested in being in class no more. I didn't want to stay after school. I just wanted to be outside.
I place no importance on BET Awards or MTV or The Source or Double XL or any outlet that is supposed to validate me as an artist. So I'm fine.
And I just used to ride around the neighborhood, man, and sometimes, man, I used to just shed a tear. I know it's more to my life than what I'm doing now, you know, just running around, ripping and running, just in the streets all the time.
I always knew I wasn't a school guy. I always knew I wanted to be a rapper. You know, I want best dressed, most popular. I used to want to go to the NBA.